So, for those of you that don't know, the celebrity circus surrounding Kamala Harris continues to trudge on. And let me just say this for the record, because I saw recently, I just saw J-Lo up there, and I saw Cardi B up there. And I'm going to tell you something. Out of every person that is speaking for Kamala Harris, I can say this with certainty. God don't like y'all. The Almighty does not like y'all. And the only reason why I say this is because I've never seen anybody that had this many people advocating for them, and every single person that's advocating for her is fumbling. Every one of them. Have y'all noticed this? Have you noticed that every single person that is advocating for her is fumbling? Like, I haven't seen not one person advocate for her that was solid. Not one. Not one. You can run down the list. Every one of them did something goofy. I'm sitting back watching it like, man, God really don't, like, yo, bruh, every one of them. And I gotta point this out. And this is a rhetorical question. I don't want anybody to answer it. I just want to say the question because it needs to be said. Why is every celebrity that endorses you, Kamala Harris, a celebrity that attended a Diddy party? What did Arsenio used to say back in the day? Things that make you go, right? Now, I've heard rumors, and I can't confirm the rumors, but I've heard rumors that the Kamala campaign is out of money. And you have some people speculating, saying, well, what's going on? Why is she out of money? Look at the celebrity endorsements. Have you ever seen a presidential candidate with this many celebrity endorsements? Have you ever seen a campaign with this many celebrity endorsements? At the rally, you had D.L. Hughley get up there and tell jokes, and in the midst of his jokes, admitted that he didn't previously support Kamala Harris. Mistake. You had Kerry Washington come up there with her co-worker, the guy that played President Fitz on Scandal. So let me get this straight. You, a black woman who played the role of the president's mistress, gets up on the stage to try to advocate for a female president. That's a fail. Beyonce got up there and it seemed like she didn't even know your name. You lied and said that she was going to perform, and she did not. She spoke for 4 minutes and left, and the crowd booed. Ricky Smiley got on the radio and tried to advocate for you and did a completely unhinged crash out crybaby moment, to which he got roasted for. Barack Obama decided to give black men at a Kamala voting center a lecture, as if he was talking to people that wasn't already going to vote for Kamala. But of course, it was a photo shoot, a video moment that he thought was going to work when he stood up there and talked down to black men, or excuse me, talked down to the brothers. Here's a question for you, Barack Obama. If you really are black, why did you refer to us as the brothers instead of your brothers? There isn't the same level of excitement around Kamala's campaign as it was for me when I was running. And it's mostly with the brothers. You mean your brothers? Nah, you meant the brothers. Because you don't really consider yourself black. And that's the reason why everybody roasted the shit out of you. Mark Cuban, in a desperate attempt to try to make Trump look bad, got up there and said that Trump has never had any smart, strong women around him. One of the most misogynistic things I've ever heard somebody say for a political, that was advocating for a political candidate. You had Meg Thee Stallion get up there twerking. Right? D.L. Hughley did a black man summit where him, Michael Ealy, and a few other people had the nerve to say that brothers don't want to vote for her because we're a bunch of chauvinistic misogynists. That's one hell of a way to get the black vote, the black male vote, right? Lizzo got up there and said if Kamala Harris get elected, the whole country will be like Detroit. Yeah, as much as I love Detroit and I love my people in Detroit, I don't want the whole country to look like Detroit. Who else? Who else did she roll out there to advocate? Oh, I forgot. Eminem got up there, completely contradicted himself, had his cap pulled down over his eyes like he was the Unabomber, like he was in disguise. He didn't even want you to see his face while he was talking. And then Barack Obama stood up there and tried to recite Eminem's lyrics, and it was extremely cringe, talking about some, on the surface I look calm, ready to drop bombs. I don't think you should have said that, Barack Obama. Considering your history as president. If you know, you know. Right? Who else did we see jump out there on that stage trying to advocate? Oh, let's not forget about Kelly Rowland, who got up there in one of in a suit that was 5 times bigger than her. Right? She went on Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he sat up there and recited a bunch of pre-prepared questions that obviously was given to him by her campaign, and got one of his lowest viewed interviews, in which she got ratioed, where she got initially 30-some thousand likes, but over 100,000 dislikes. And most of the views don't even come from people watching the stream. It came from people going over there to talk trash and roast them in the comments. Tim Walz just referred to her the other day as a prostitute. Not to mention, he's trying to prove that he's the new standard of masculinity, went out hunting with a Elmer Fudd outfit on and couldn't even load his damn rifle. I mean, the list just keeps going and going. And I'm still surprised the truth ain't came out yet about him. Ain't that right, Touchdown Timmy? Said, don't forget about Glorilla. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, Quavo jumped up there because, you know, that's what everybody wants to listen to. The political advice of Quavo. She then lied and said, her team then lied and said they never reached out to Kai Cenat. We're supposed to believe that he's just lying about that, as if Kamala hasn't been trying to copy every single move that Donald Trump made. So you want us to believe that right after Donald Trump went on Aiden Ross, broke the internet, you didn't ask Kai Cenat for an interview when he said that you did? Right? Joe Rogan invited you to go on his show, the biggest podcast in the world, and you decided not to go on his show because he wouldn't adhere to your stipulations, which was probably pre-prepared questions that your staff came up with in a 1 hour limit. But he said, nah, we're not going to do it that way. So you chose to go on Shannon Sharp instead. You went on 60 Minutes and gave a bunch of word salad, ridiculous answers, and then 60 Minutes went behind 60 Minutes, put out a preview showing your word salad answer, and then went back and edited it before they put out the finished version. And now, because of that, Trump is suing them for billions of dollars. Oh, and let us not forget about your former running mate, Joe Biden, who went out there during the 9/11 remembrance thing and put on a Trump hat. During the hurricane in Florida, you was upset because you said you were trying to reach out to Ron DeSantis, and you're saying Ron DeSantis was trying to play politics and he's not handling things the way he should. Joe Biden does a press conference and says, oh, Ron DeSantis has my personal phone number and he's doing a great job. Your entire campaign is trying to distance you from Joe Biden because, as you've said numerous times, you're not Joe Biden, right? So during one of your rallies, Joe Biden does something he's never done during his entire presidency. He comes out during the freaking White House. He goes into the White House press room, something he's never done, and says, you're singing from the same song sheet and you've been instrumental in every decision he's made. He then went on The View and doubled down. When he went into the press room, that took attention away from your rally because he's the president. And let us not forget when the comedian Tony Hinchcliffe made the mistake of telling an off-color joke about Puerto Rico being a floating island of trash or garbage at the Trump rally in New York City in Madison Square Garden. And right behind that, while y'all tried to make a big deal out of it and said, how could you call Puerto Rico garbage? And Joe Biden said, hold my beer, found someone's laptop, went live and said the only garbage he sees is Trump supporters. There is absolutely no way that she's supposed to win this election. Absolutely, positively no way that she should be able to win this election. In fact, I'm going to say it right now. If she wins this election, I'm never going to vote again. That's a promise. If she wins this election, I'm never voting again. Never. Shout out to Joe. He said Quavo wearing pearls and lace. Shout out to C Baller, said, don't forget Tim Wall's brother and sisters came out and supported Trump. That's facts. His family members did support Trump. I mean, the countless missteps and debacles of all of these people endorsing Kamala Harris in the worst way, in addition to her word salad, her word salad for every interview, her missteps, her constantly repeating the same things over and over as if she's a robot. And I know what you're going to say, but Trump repeats stuff. Yeah, but the stuff he repeats makes sense. She's repeating word salad. Okay? Now, if that wasn't bad enough, you also have this.
Las Vegas! Now, you guys know I'm no stranger to this town. No, I've been on stage here many, many times. Too many times to count. But this is the most important stage I've ever been on. And let me tell you, it has never felt.
Oh, we know we know this is the most important stage you've been on. We know. Oh, trust, we know.
The way it does tonight. It has nothing to do with me and everything to do with you. The energy.
Lies. Lies. Zoom in on her face. Zoom in on her face.
To trash anyone or bring them down, or who we worship, or camp election, or housing, strict budget, good endings. I like when the good guy, or in this case, the good girl. I am a mother. I am a sister. I promised myself I wouldn't get emotional, but you know what? We should be emotional. We should be upset. We should be scared and outraged. We should. Our pain matters. We matter. You matter. Your voice and your vote matters. And look, don't be afraid to make people around you uncomfortable. Invite people around you to be the change, to go out there and vote. Nobody likes having tough conversations or talking about politics, but trust me, I've been in some of these rooms. I see the way power works in this country. They love it when you do nothing, okay? A non-vote is...
Now, let me say this. As an actress, she's horrible. She is horrible. She is by far one of the worst actresses I've ever seen in my life. But on that stage, she gave the performance of a lifetime. This is the best acting I have ever seen her do. And do you know why? Because the proper motivation is there. The proper motivation is there. See, this would have been a great moment for the Kamala campaign. This would have been a very motivational, heartfelt speech if it were not for the fact, Jenny from the block, that your ex-boyfriend got indicted and locked up. And we've heard countless rumors of how there are countless videos in the custody of law enforcement that implicate the people around them. Around him. Which makes this entire speech you're giving look real suspect. I'm not going to say what I think it is. I'll leave that to you guys to formulate in your head. But this looks suspect. It looks like you're frightened. You were damn near in tears. Now, if you expect me to believe that you're that passionate about Kamala Harris, no. Because that doesn't go along with your character. You have never cared about a damn soul except yourself. I know all the stories. I know all the stories. There isn't a nice story about you from nobody that has ever been around you, nobody that has ever encountered you. There are even people that went to school with you that have nothing nice to say about you. So if you expect us to believe that all of a sudden you really care about everyone and you're this compassionate person, no. You're trying to save your own ass. That much is obvious. That much is obvious. We ain't crazy. We ain't crazy. But if that wasn't bad enough, you had this. And this of all of the celebrities that failed in spectacular fashion to endorse Kamala properly, this took the cake. This was the coup de grace. This was the proverbial nail in the coffin. This foolishness right here.
Hey! How you guys doing? I'm nervous. I'm excited. What's up, y'all? One second, guys. 1 second.
Oh, you don't know what to say. Oh, that teleprompter ain't working. I would argue that the teleprompter is working. I would argue that it is working. She just can't read it.
Okay, So I don't take lightly the call.
She can't read it. It's right there. That's why she started. She can't read it. It's probably moving too fast for her.
Lightly the call. Sorry, guys, I'm a little nervous.
She can't read it. She cannot read the teleprompter, bro. It's moving too fast for her. It's moving too fast for her. See, that is her right there looking at the teleprompter. And she started the first line, but it probably was moving too fast for her.
Okay, so I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous, guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life.
She's been waiting for this moment her entire life, y'all. She's been waiting for this moment her entire life.
You're just afraid that the truth will come out.
What truth?
That you lied.
Life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, ES Munchie. We're supposed to believe she performs in front of thousands of people. This is her job. But we're supposed to believe that she's nervous in front of a Kamala Harris crowd? Okay. Okay.
I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl?
She needs patience. She's not talking about patience as far as I need patience. I need you guys to wait a second. That's not what she's talking about. She's talking about her her assistant. She needs her assistant to bring her phone.
I need patience over here. Hold on. How you guys doing tonight?
How are you? So let me ask this question of everybody before we get back to this debacle. Why is it everybody that speaks for Kamala Harris seem to not have any words of their own to speak about her? Why do you need the teleprompter? Why do you need a speech? If she's what you claim she is and you're so inspired by her, you should be able to shoot from the hip. You should be able to talk off the cuff. See, I'm passionate about these topics. This is the reason why I can get up here every day and talk about it at length without a script, without anything pre-prepared. And guess what? I'm not even an entertainer like Cardi B or Jennifer Lopez. Right? So you mean to tell me you're this passionate about Kamala Harris and her campaign, and you've been waiting for this moment your entire life, and you have nothing to say unless you have your speech right in front of you? Okay.
How you guys doing tonight? Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years. Thank you. All right. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Let's run that back real quick. Vice
President Kamala Harris. Vice President Kamala Harris. Vice President Kamala Harris. Vice President Kamala Harris.
No, I don't feel like you standing on business, nigga.
Now, what in the haberdasheries and hemoglobin is going on here?
Thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to the...
And now we know she was reading the teleprompter, because what did she just say? I don't take lightly the call. See? Because I guarantee you the script that's on her phone is on the teleprompter. That's how you know. She was reading the teleprompter. She just couldn't read it.
Call to show up. The call to speak up. Likely the call to show up. The call. Thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up. The call to speak up. The call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now.
Oh my God. If you Negroes elect this woman as president, we are screwed. Sweet Jesus, we are screwed. If you Negroes, if she gets in office, we are done. We will be up shit creek without a paddle.
Now, I took my time writing this speech, so I'm gonna make sure I deliver it right.
You wrote the...
Because I got something I've been wanting to say for a long time. I've been saying it on Twitter, on my Instagram, and I'm ready to tell it to you now. Y'all ready to listen?
Oh, she been saying it a long time. She been saying it a long time on Twitter and everywhere else. That's what she said, right? That's what she said, right? She been saying it a long time on Twitter and everywhere, right? So let's go see what she said. Let's go see what she said on social media. What did she say on social media? This is what she said on social media.
I'm not endorsing no presidents no more. Because how is there $100 million budget cut in New York City for schools, library, police safety, and sanitation? Yeah, Joe Biden's talking about, like, yeah, we could fund two wars. My talking about we don't got it, but we got it. Like, we're the greatest nation. No, we're not. We're going through some right now.
That sounds a lot different than what you're saying here. That sounds a lot different. Like, can we just acknowledge that every single person that Kamala brings out is a liar, including her? Including her. You're liars. And this is not my opinion. This is proof. We see it. We see it. Every one of you that go out, you feel me? Just like Usher said that he was, I'm not really going to get into politics and all of that. But what'd he do? You're a bunch of untrustworthy liars. There's no other way around it.
All right. Just like Kamala Harris, I too have been the underdog. I've been underestimated. My success belittled and discredited. Let me tell you something. Women have to work 10 times harder, perform 10 times better, and still people question us how we got to the top.
Were you working 10 times harder when you were drugging men and robbing them? And again, this is not me speculating. This is something she admitted. This is something that she admitted. That she's drugged men and robbed them. Were you working 10 times harder when you did that? I'm not even going to play no more of this because I can't stomach these liars. But I'll say this. Don't you find it interesting that we are now in a political space where a candidate doesn't have to tell you what their policy is. They don't have to be honest and transparent with the American people. They don't have to answer no questions. They don't have to do any tough interviews. All they have to do is parade an endless line of celebrities, and you're supposed to vote for them just based off of that. Since when did the political standard become being endorsed by a bunch of degenerates? When did that become the political standard? When did it become the political standard? Let me keep it real. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Her entire campaign, when it comes to these rallies and the people that she bring out, this is some nigga shit. And what I'm trying to figure out is, when did that become the political environment? This is the community infiltrating every part of American life, and it's not good. It's not good. We literally have someone running for president, and they think that all they have to do is be endorsed by a bunch of degenerate rappers and R&B singers. Why does she not have any scholars coming out to endorse her? Why aren't there any scholars, economists, people who actually do something important in this society other than entertain people? I'm not even going to read that. I'm not even going to read that. This is by far the most disgusting thing I have ever seen in my life. There's no other way to put it. Shout out to Found Link. He said fascists usually have horrible economies, of course. Shout out to Gary, said Negroes in Fayetteville losing it over Trump. Shout out to Focus, said Kelly and Shannon swap suits. Shout out to Bruce. He said Cook. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever witnessed in my life. The most disgusting thing I have ever witnessed in my life. But with that being said, I've been on here over 3 hours. Shout out to everybody that came through. I appreciate you guys for showing love. Appreciate you guys for tuning into the show. Make sure you go over and check out my book, available on Amazon, The Angryman Standard. All you have to do is type The Angryman Standard in the search bar on Amazon, and it will come up. It's available in paperback and hardcover. Also, if you want to check out the merchandise, you can do so by clicking the link on the screen, or you can go to shopBinoNation.com. Again, that is shopBinoNation.com. I appreciate every last one of you guys. Salute to everybody that hit the like button. Salute to everybody that shared the stream. Salute to everybody that contributed. Salute to Joe for being a sponsor of the show. Salute to everybody that dropped the 50s. I really appreciate you guys. Salute to the whole BINO Nation, and I will be back at you guys tomorrow. Deuces.
is your profession?